So we are by the River Avon on a footpath in Warwick, Warwickshire, United Kingdom. First of all, I have to say, as usual, thank you to all those who have subscribed or going to. Thank you for the lovely comments. Some of them have been quite gorgeous. So thank you for those. And also thank you for liking, sharing and ringing the bell. That's very kind. So we move on. And in these days of our current situation, shall we say, it's interesting to note that we hear constantly tragic stories of loss, and sometimes not loss, but people who are debilitated by what's going on in mental or physical ways. And the thing is that yes, it can do good, because people can say, oh well, there's always people worse off than yourself. And that is good. That's good to recognise that, because we can then count our blessings and say, well, there are so many things. And somebody a friend of mine in Germany, she does a diary, and every day she puts down what she calls her blessings, a blessing book, and she puts down all the things she is grateful for. And that's what she did. And so, yes, it can make you grateful when you hear a sad tale of how somebody has been left like this or like that. That's fabulous. And then, of course, if you dwell on it, it goes the other way, and it's depressing. So from blessing to depressing in one fell swoop. So it doesn't do well to dwell on this. Whereas just to take it in and say, yes, I'm grateful, and I'm not as bad as that person in terms of health or whatever. And then, of course, not to dwell on it. The news constantly presents terrible things that you can do nothing about. So consequently, people get depressed because they can do nothing about what they're presented with. It leaves them feeling guilty that they don't try and do something. But what can we do? The world we live in is messy. And of course, one of the things that helps is to accept that. I don't mean don't try and change it. I mean accept that that's how the world is. Because if we can't accept it, then we are in our minds in a constant state of turmoil. Why is it like this? Why? Do you know, there are questions that aren't worth asking. Sometimes there are simple answers. And the biggest one is, human beings are human beings. That's why things are how they are. But, and here's the but, if we can do nothing about it, why dwell on it? Why keep thinking, oh, why can't all the powers get together and be friends? That isn't how it is. And the other thing that, of course, upsets people is change. Accepting change readily is a route to a degree of contentment. There's going to be change. Again, it doesn't mean you don't ever protest against change. I'm not very much in favour, in total, for the HS2. I understand the need for the jobs. There's the river over there. Afternoon. So, you know, I'm not saying don't try and affect a change. I'm just saying that accepting that change will go on happening. I remember somebody said to me, oh, Coventry is rubbish now. It used to be fabulous. Hello, there goes a train. Coventry is rubbish now. It used to be wonderful. Looking back to the good old days. You know, when perhaps you look back a little further, there were no antibiotics Wasn't really a golden age, was it? We might find out what that's like soon if they carry on giving them out to cows. But so yet another bridge. I don't know if I filmed this. I don't think I did. I think I just took a photograph of this on the way. There's a doggy, little doggy. Afternoon. Lovely bridge, look. Ah, this I know what. We were filming the pigeons under here. Comes back to me. Can you hear them again? See, they'll be quiet once I start. Where are you, pigeons? There were lots under here before. I can see one. There's one, look. So, the pigeon sitting under there while the train goes over the top. I see another couple up there. Well, they were all along here, but they're not. I can't see them now. The pigeons are obviously out having an evening feed, because I can't see them along there now. Irene is making some cakes. On the 29th, she's having her birthday. The young lady is having her birthday. And the question is, I wonder if our friends will come round in the afternoon from another bubble, because on the 29th, on that very day, oh look here, that's where we are, Emscote Nature Reserve area. Otters, look. Bats, snakes. Whoa, this is good. Yes, on that date, 29th, is when we're allowed to meet outside with two bubbles, I think. Nothing like a bubble, is there? So consequently, we're hoping that our friends can come round that afternoon, but they are uni students, so it may not be possible. It may not just be possible. So we will see. Now this is the boring bit. I don't like this bit much, but what a day. If any of you are feeling a little stuck at the moment, please talk to friends. Say where you're at, tell them where you're at. They're more than willing to listen. Trust me, they are more than willing to listen. So if you're in a bit of a place, please talk to friends about it and say how you're feeling. That can help a lot. We'll go out on here, I think. There's somebody coming along. We'll go out on here and film the river again. Look at that. It's so different from when we were here this morning. Completely differently. Look the other way. Lovely river. Now we'll go back onto the path and continue. It's a lovely path. And there's the other bridge with the dripping water. You can see people on top of it. Can you see the people? I wonder what this was. It looks like it's a sort of inlet here. Look, there's a built-up piece there and a built-up piece there. I wonder if it used to cut straight through here. I wouldn't know. I'd love to know the history of some of these things. I watched the final part of a history programme last night of Queen Elizabeth I. Very interesting. And of course, nearby to us in Kenilworth, we have links to Elizabeth